This 2020 QX50 Century is one beautiful compact luxury crossover. The Century trim level is one of the range-topping trim levels on the QX50, so this one is very nicely equipped with features, and it's in beautiful shape inside and out. This example, we recently took it on trade, 17,674 miles, sorry, at the time of making this video. Beautiful color combination. 2020 is a great year for the QX50 because in 2019 it got a complete ground-up redesign. So for 2019 it was completely redesigned. 2020 they added a few updates. They revised the infotainment system, and now it's upgradable to AppleCarPlay and Andriod Auto. So if it doesn't have it, we can upgrade it to that, which is pretty awesome. I know a lot of people like that feature. You have this big panoramic sunroof. It opens. And if it gets too bright out, we also have a power sunshade as well to dim things down if it gets a little bit too bright out. But you know what, we're going to leave that open because it's already dim enough as it is. We want you guys to be able to see this video. Beautiful perforated leather interior, nice aluminum trim, synthetic leather and contrast stitching on the center console, on the dashboard, on the doors. This one has a Bose sound system. We have a blind spot warning. Nice leather up steering wheel, universal garage door opener. Okay, so we have a navigation screen for the top screen. We also have a parking camera, and not just a rear parking camera, we have a 360-degree around view monitor with moving object detection, great for low-speed maneuvering. The bottom screen is a tablet-like interface for vehicle settings and apps. We have a drive mode selector here that will make changes to the transmission, throttle sensitivity, steering effort. So you have a couple different settings there: sport, standard, eco, and you can also personalize it as well. You can also, instead of using this button right here, you can also access the drive mode selector here. Drill down a little bit deeper if you want. So you have sport, eco, standard for the engine and transmission, sport or standard for steering effort. Active traction control brakes individual wheels to help the vehicle rotate a little better through corners. You can shut that system on or off. This has a variable compression engine, so it can have variable engine braking. So you can shut the active engine braking on or off. Engine braking is a natural tendency for a vehicle to slow down when you remove your foot off the throttle. We have a dual zone auto climate control, heated and cooled front seats. The steering wheel is power tilt telescoping. Let's take a look at some of the safety features that we have. So we have lane departure warning and lane departure intervention, so it'll steer you back in your lane if you start veering out of it. We have forward emergency braking, backward emergency braking. We have distance control assist, which will encourage you to slow down with fast approaching traffic. We have blind spot warning as well as blind spot intervention. Awesome stuff. Really nice color combination in black and graphite leather. Also, the Century, you get these upgraded wheels. Really looks beautiful versus the stock wheels. Really has a nice design. Infiniti really went to great lengths to make the QX50 look beautiful. Fussing over every little detail. I mean, look at the creases and curves in this hood. This costs extra money when developing a car or building a car to add all these creases and curves. But Infiniti wanted to make it look good. They added a clamshell design for the hood, so the natural body lines continue all the way to the rear of the vehicle. We have a power lift gate. This is a new feature for 2019. Before, you didn't have a power lift gate at all on the QX50. So for those shorter in stature, it was kind of hard to manually put the tailgate down if you had to reach up here to grab it. If you're like under 5 feet tall, sometimes that can be, or right around 5 feet tall, that can be a tough one to grab. So having a power lift gate's a big difference. We have a little bit extra storage in there. You can also fold down the seats for more cargo space if need be. Decent amount of space in the rear seat accommodations. We also have integrated sunshades. We have rear climate control. The rear seats, they also slide back and they recline. And having this big panoramic roof also benefits the rear seat occupants. And one of the most revolutionary parts of the QX50 is its engine. It has a VC turbo, which stands for variable compression. Infiniti was working on this engine technology for 20 years. And the QX50 was the first vehicle to get this VC turbo engine. It's 2023. We've had this engine since 2019. It's been a great engine. It's been reliable and robust for us. So what's different about the VC turbo engine? Well, it can mechanically change the compression ratio of the engine on the fly. So for instance, if you're just kind of cruising along, easy does it driving, you need more fuel efficiency than power, the car can tell. So it'll quickly calibrate the engine to a 14:1 compression ratio, which will calibrate the engine for maximum fuel efficiency. But let's say maybe you have the drive mode selector in sport mode, you're getting aggressive driving, or putting the throttle down, you're putting that hammer down and doing some sporty driving. The car can tell, and it will quickly change that compression ratio to an 8:1 compression ratio, which will calibrate the engine for maximum horsepower, which is 268 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. A lot of power from a little engine, also gives you class-leading fuel efficiency, so gives you the best of both worlds. Thanks so much for taking the time today to watch this video. Hopefully see you soon, and have a wonderful day.